While at space dock, the Enterprise Securities began tracking Sergeant Lois's trek. 3 months ago, she was on vacation and reported that she wanted to surf the largest waves in the galaxy. But she was still unable to speak, either by choice or adverse reaction to the copulation with the foreign alien. But why would it? Waste it is it a dormant infection or an intruder reflection? As to say, triggered by something. Security watched, and although there was no signs of a perimeter, there was an ominous orangish red flash that didn't match the cue's flash from the Klingon video. But from what I hear about the Q continuum, magic can be performed any and all ways possible: size, density, weight, magnitude, duration, illumination, acceleration, dividation, constipation, for all that we know. This might this one might switch it up. Yeah, we can only hope this one's a creature of habit. And the evidence shows he's not hiding anything. What do you mean? The camera view, fighting fire, the fighting the necklace, the marauder suit that doesn't it's helping Caesar for some reason. But why wouldn't it just erase the problem? The Emperor said they're as cruel as they are powerful, so the continuum doesn't seem to be holding anything back. So then why is it helping Caesar? Unknown to Starfleet, the Enterprise had just received a very unwanted guest, and the SP security breach alarm began to flash in the Space Dock Master Control Observatory. The captain talked with the commander at a table in private. The number of floors in the Enterprise by the number of crew members is about 20 crew members per floor when divided evenly, with 4,500 square foot each floor. So they're used to a not so cramped living arrangement. The trails in KLS's planet are proven to be much more than our way mission. We can't send a shuttle to destroy the whole sacred place. When the demonstration is finished, when the decontamination is finished, we'll use a marauder to assist them. They never noticed the Q listening through the force field window. Captain, a voice blared over the room's intercom, nearly causing them to jump through the ceiling, being such a high decibel over their conversation. Somebody's beamed on the Enterprise. They're sending in sensors now. On my way. A strange feeling hit him in the gut. Too many things were happening for this to be a coincidence. So he changed direction and headed for a containment suit and dual phaser belt with a tricorder. You're not taking my ship, he thought to himself as he reached the transporter room as the call came in. It's taking the ship. Without a word, he gave the technician a glance, causing him to stop and step away from the teleporter. The captain set a course plus a frequency with a 4-second timer and beamed onto the stolen spacecraft. He knew without his captain verification, the thief wouldn't be able to know about the beam-in, since the SP alarm had already been initiated. He quickly pushed the handle of the phaser and clipped the holographic synthesizer tool and began removing two casings off the wall for the dilithium crystal and the other on the pad itself. It took him 5 tools before he was done, but then quickly closed the casings and wedged a crack with it in the teleporter room door. With no Jeffries tubes near here, he had no choice but to use the hallways. He unclipped the tool back into the holster and moved the phaser in between the cracks, using the wizard board screen as a mirror. Back on Kalis' planet, the Q made quick work getting the bat'leth to the crew before disappearing. They got back to the shuttles and were en route when a comm confirming their departure and a signal came in saying 8 Starfleet vessels were en route and 6 Klingon Command class cruisers would meet them at the designated position. They must really hate the Q. They said they vowed to never show them mercy. That is half the battalion of Command class cruisers. So they must be very serious. Why hijack the Enterprise? Don't you remember the first time you walked through the back of the ship as it was docked? And you seen the Starfleet Command School Academy lobby? Remember, the Constitution-class Enterprise holds all of the SP knowledge of Starfleet. Even the star bases don't have access on their computer core. Luckily, nobody knows a member of the Computer Corps of Engineers are. Just like how the repair docks are research and development construction yards. Every member of Starfleet is a mission eccentric. The psychological sciences are red uniforms. Mechanical biology are blue uniforms. Cooperative engineering is gold uniforms. Where do you think it is? Where do you think they are? The gray uniforms are supplemental calculators. Actually, the answer is mechanical biology because they specialize in unaffiliated pair bonding groups. It's like an internet, but instead of one server, each ship holds its own copy of the same server. And each time something is put into it, each one is updated with that same bit of information. And even shuts down miscellaneous interactions. From when something is happening, all the other computers will shut down that station, even if the ship doesn't. I.e., the perfect key to make the unhackable while remaining fully accessible by station. So you see the doctors once again hold the key to the Star Trek officer. The scan has detected a dream eater attached to the counselor. It's a fourth dimensional creature, typically held by the Ferengi. A fourth dimensional creature that, when eating, only is seen by the strains that had apparently U-turned back on itself, back into her. Apparently, the creature takes up as much space as it would if not attached to a host, but while inside is like a virus. With the reports from DS9's mission, they decide to recheck the security cameras to find 2 minute orange-red flash in the counselor's outside quarter windows. Utilizing the computer, they found 1 more in an unoccupied cargo bay 15 minutes later. Luckily for them, the Vulcan science officer was still on board and recognized the orange flash as a Cardassian on-site transporter crystal. Utilizing their location when seizure affected and knowing the range of the Cardassian crystal, they found the location. With a timestamp from the comm station grid, they ID'd the ship and its current location. Inside, they found the gorilla mask and a dead Ferengi. The Ferengi must have piggybacked through the teleporter with his Cardassian stone to disguise the entry. But how did he avoid the cam and sensors? There are 3 crew members capable and possible at this time that we know of: Sergeant Lois, Lieutenant Caesar, and Lieutenant Commander LaForge. Let's hope it's not him, because that would unite the Ferengi, the Romulans, and the Cardassians. Luckily, equipment does improve alliances, and we still don't know anything about the fire starters. To be continued again.